And now the Yesha says, this is Breslover shtick. Doing self-assessment to Hashem. Oh, Breslover shtick, we're not going to do it. So now people decided, no, tshuva is a positive mitzvah in the Doraisa, and for Doraisa. Mitzvah sasa in the Doraisa. Everybody's got to do tshuva every day. We know we take a shower every day, and that cleans our neshama. Because what is going to do? Tonight, oh Hashem, tonight we're getting the orchestra ready. Tomorrow, tomorrow morning, Asaf, tomorrow, what a hallel is going to be. All right? Tonight, happy good Rosh Chodesh. It's now Rosh Chodesh Kislev. What are you going to remember? And Elul comes around. What did you do in Rosh Chodesh Kislev? So suppose you messed up. Suppose you listened to some Lashon Hara. Oh, Yisur D'Oraisa, it's terrible. Suppose you didn't exactly tell the truth in business. Suppose you didn't speak to your wife correctly. You know how many D'Oraisas when you don't speak to your wife properly? I go a whole list of D'Oraita mitzvahs. Okay. Come on. You can't speak to her the way you want. You owe her. She's a fellow human being. So you love your neighbors yourself. You can't do that. First of all, she's a human being. And she's Hashem's daughter. Hey guys, who's your father-in-law? You're going to mess around with the father-in-law like that? Huh? No way. No way. You don't want to. And now you understand why to stern judgments. Okay, so we see, so I told the rabbi, here, Rabbeinu Bachya, and Duties of the Heart, Cholot Levot, says a person's got to do an hour of self-assessment every day. Everybody, there's not a single, in Panovich, they learn Chodesh Levovos and Shar Musar, okay? And Beit Matis and all the best Litvish yeshivas, they learn it. What happened to the hour of self-assessment a day? Chofetz Chaim used to do 2 hours. What happened to it? The Yetzer says, nah, Breslover shtick. People do. Come on. It's the Yetzer. Okay, we're not talking about that. We're talking about time out from troubles. But if a person does the tshuva every day, he's not going to have troubles because everything turn around for well. But okay, let's say there's no troubles. All right, so let's put tshuva aside for a moment. Now we're going to go from the tshuva mode to the gratitude mode. So I said to the rabbi something else. Okay, here you got a Rishon, the Rambam, several Rishonim, and Rabbeinu Yonah, and the Chodesh Levovos saying you got to do self-assessment every day. Can you assess what you did in 24 hours? The debriefing in 5 minutes? Sometimes he said a debriefing in the army. So it comes into a debriefing of an event, firefight, an encounter. It took 3 minutes. Sometimes debriefing takes 8 hours. To debrief you handle what the thing and why I messed up and I didn't pray enough Hashem and. To assess yourself. How was your chakras? How was your mincha? How was your ma'ariv? How's the way you talk to your wife? What do you do at work? Did you do fair negotiating? Did you not do fair negotiation? Were you so hot on making the sale that you stretched the truth a little bit? Hashem doesn't want that. Okay, person can assess himself. Otherwise, if we don't judge ourselves down here, then they judge us up there. There's no double jeopardy. That's the great gift. We judge ourselves down here, no judgment upstairs. Perfect. Home free. Thank you, Hashem. All right, but let's leave that. That's a separate lesson for itself. Now, what does it mean, take time for troubles? Okay, the trouble's there. Take us time to get rid of it. But now, we're going to give ourselves maintenance mode. Maintenance mode for the soul. When I give maintenance mode for the soul feels good. And now, the second thing I told this rabbi today, I said, you do 5 to 10 minutes a day talking to Hashem. Okay, fine. Suppose Hashem sends an emissary, an angel to your house and says, Honorable Rabbi, you've got 24 hours. Everything you and your wife, your Rebbetzin, don't thank me for it means you take for granted you lose. Bye-bye. And he disappears, leaves. Uh-oh. You get 24 hours to say thank you for everything you have in life. And if you don't, you lose. Hey, you're going to say thank you for your wife. You're going to say thank you for your children. You're going to get a quick biology and physiology book to learn all the parts of your anatomy. Thank you, Hashem, for my eyes. Thank you, Hashem. Oh, if I don't say thank you, Hashem, for my pancreas, you don't have a pancreas. You know what happens? You're going to have a pancreas tomorrow? You're in big trouble, my brother. You know what happens? thank you, Hashem, for everything. Boom, 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 boom. I think 24 hours would not be sufficient to thank Hashem for everything you have in life. And so I started thinking, and I go through. Thank you, Hashem, for the chair. Thank you, Hashem, for the microphone. Thank you, Hashem, for the standing microphone. Thank you, Hashem, for the timoron. Thank you, Hashem, for the table. Thank you, Hashem, for the tablecloth. Thank you, Hashem, for the notebook of my notes. Thank you, Hashem, for the A4 paper that I could print out my schedule. Otherwise, I'd be mixing up my lessons, my lectures, and be talking about Parshat HaShavua, and he'd be talking about Emuna, and he'd talk about Emuna, and he'd talk all over the place. Thank you, Hashem, for the Chumash. Thank you, Hashem. Wow, thank you, Hashem, for Yankala that's recording this lesson, because there's something I need to know. We'll have a recording. But Baruch Hashem. Thank you, Hashem, for Yair. Without him, there's no broadcast. Thank you, Hashem, for the cameraman. Thank you, Hashem, for us. One by one. Wait a second. Just thanking Hashem for everything that goes in to this lesson, this broadcast, I'm going to take an hour. Okay, I haven't started. My wife, my children, my grandchildren. How about the fact that Hashem brought me to Eretz Yisrael? Huh? How about my home in Eretz Yisrael? I don't know, some rich guy may own an island in Hawaii. I've got my own little home in Eretz Yisrael, sweetest place on earth. And thank you, Hashem, for my teacher. It took me 9 years. I had all kinds of teachers. I've tasted every flavor of Hasidim, every flavor of Spartim, every flavor of every flavor of every flavor of Judaism. We got more flavors of Judaism than Baskin Robbins have in ice cream and Ben and Jerry's. Okay? And I said, Hashem, I need the real thing. Thank you, Hashem, for my teacher. Without my teacher, Rav Shalom, okay. So I passed tests in religious law. Doesn't mean you believe. Okay, so I learned, that doesn't mean you believe. Thank you, Hashem, for Rav Shalom. Thank you, Rav Shalom, for my Emuna. Thank you, Hashem, Rav Shalom, for my Shalom Bayit. Thank you, Hashem, for my happiness in life. Thank you, Hashem. Thank you, Rav Shalom, for teaching me to talk to Hashem. Thank you, everything. People think I'm exaggerating, think what this is that. Lazer putting on this act of humility when he says everything is for my Rav. It's truth. Truth. I don't have it. My brains didn't get me anywhere. As soon as I plugged in to a real spiritual guide, and see right in the Torah, Emuna Hashem Moshe Avdol. Took me 9 years to pray for it. I was an ordained rabbi already. I knew I didn't know how to serve Hashem. Okay, I passed exams. Good. You could pass the same exams if you learned the same stuff I did. Thank you, Hashem. It's the greatest gift. Because we come here to learn Emuna. So somebody teaches you Emuna. It's the greatest gift on earth. All right? So what does Rav Shalom teach? And everything I'm here, I can't take credit for anything, because it's all Rav Shalom. Rav Shalom is how do you do maintenance on the soul? You make a timeout on your troubles. So what do you do in a timeout on troubles? And we just explained, we got Talmidei Chachomim here, that it is not a transgression. So I'm going to forget about my troubles for a half hour. Okay? We could forget about our health issues for a half hour. We could forget about our debts for a half hour. All right. So now, have you ever seen a woman who looks in the mirror and discovers a clogged pore in her nose? Iran is about to send nuclear weapons to the USA. North Korea is about to push the button. It's World War III. The world stops. She has a blackhead. Uh-oh. The world stops. Okay, excuse me. Yes, young lady, you have one clogged pore. Somebody do a quick Google. How many pores in the human body? I don't know. But there's quadrillions of them. Okay. She's got one clogged pore. The world stops. Okay, this is the Yetzer Sahara. Okay, I promise you, beloved sister, Hashem made you beautiful. You're still beautiful, even with your one clogged pore. But the Yetzer wants to tell you it's a one clogged pore. Same thing with olives. We laugh at the woman. How about us? Okay, Hashem gives us great health. Hashem gives us great brains. Hashem gives us great talent. Yes, we have a problematic boss. Okay. Yes, we have contact with a person that just doesn't know anything about being a human being. It's not him, it's Hashem. Okay. If Hashem's doing it, all right, thank you, Hashem. That this and not that. It could be something worse. Hashem loves us. Whatever He gives us, trouble gives us, if really we deserve much, much worse. Hashem's a loving Father. A person deserves it. You read what the things that incur the death penalty, the scary things. Hashem, what does the Novi tell us? The prophet tells us, Lo yachpos v'mot hamet ki mishuvu me'ah. Hashem doesn't want even a sinner to die. Hashem wants them to do better. Okay? Everything Hashem does. We even thank Hashem for the troubles. But right now, don't thank Hashem for the troubles. Talk about the time. Don't thank Hashem for the troubles. When you take a time out for the troubles, we're not even thinking about the troubles. We're going to put them aside. Now, we're going to put the clogged port. Let's say the woman's biggest challenge in her life, her most important thing is her beauty and the clogged port, and now the world stops. Okay? Put it aside. All right. We can solve the problem, the clogged port, no problem. But put it aside for a moment, young lady. And now thank Hashem for your heart and your heartbeat. And thank you, Hashem, for your breathing. Thank you, Hashem, you have 2 good lungs. In Midrash Tehillim, the very last elaboration on Psalm